I'm Natalie Bennett, leader of the Green Party of England and Wales. I'm here tonight in Wellerton to see the work of the Wounded Badger Patrol, checking out what's happening on the ground in the badger cull zone. With the Green Party, we have very strong views about the badger cull. We had a very, very strong vote at our recent Green Party conference to oppose the badger cull on both scientific grounds and grounds of the inhumanity of it. The fact is, we should not be slaughtering our indigenous wildlife, and there's no evidence to show that this will achieve its aims. We know, actually, that, and we understand, that it's a big problem for farmers, bovine TB. Farmers are being hit really hard financially, and for many family farms who have bloodlines built over generations of cattle, of course it's a huge blow when they lose cattle to bovine TB. But there's no evidence that the cull is going to provide any solution. On its own figures, it will only result in a 16% reduction in the incidence of bovine TB. A 16% reduction on rising levels of TB. What we need to do instead, and we're seeing lots of work being done on this around the country, is to look at vaccination programs for badgers. I was in Derbyshire talking to the Derbyshire Wildlife Trust just last week, and they've got a very good plan starting this year to look at focusing on getting around the areas around the edges where they've got bad levels of infection of bovine TB and working in towards the centre to cut off the areas of infection. And that is very much the way that we should be looking to go, not looking at this utterly inhumane cull scheme. And the fact is, there's some facts about this scheme that aren't terribly well known, and they should be. We're talking about shooting badgers running wild. We've already had reports of badgers who've clearly been wounded and have gone away to die. And the kind of assessment we're going to have of this is really in question, because they're attempting to shoot 5,000 badgers, and they're simply going to look at 120 carcasses selected by the shooters to judge the humaneness of this. There's also another criteria they're using which really raises questions. They're saying they're going to compare the sound of wounded badgers to the sound of harpooned whales. And I think, as a symbol of what we absolutely should not be doing in our British countryside to our British wildlife, that pretty well sums it up. We do need to deal with bovine TB. We need to look at a badger vaccination program, at improving biosecurity and helping farmers to improve biosecurity. But we should not be carrying out this utterly inhumane and unscientific badger cull.